Kelsey, it sounds like you have a T Swift question. So if you are there, please let us know your question.
We might need to
Yes, I do have a Taylor Swift question, but I'm not a Swiftie. Just
Fair
want to
enough.
say that.
Okay.
So her new album just dropped, right? And on her track Wish List, she essentially states that people want to get rich and have things or experiences, but she just wants her man. And she has a line in it that says, I just want you, have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. Charlie talked about getting married and having kids and even shared that he wanted that for Taylor when her engagement news came out. And I like to think that Charlie, given his general dislike or maybe neutrality towards her, would really love that line and would just like your guys' thoughts on that.
So I'll chime in first. You guys feel free to fill in the blanks here. But Charlie, one of the last sort of, if you will, controversies that Charlie was in was when he just said, Taylor, I hope this makes you more conservative, and I hope you get married, you have lots of babies. Right. And then he said, but if you don't take his last name, you don't really mean it.
Yeah.
And so,
which I still believe.
I still believe too. And
I second that.
He was actually, it's funny because he took all this heat for it, but he was, and I remember Laura Ingraham asked him about it.
Our Taylor Swift expert. Get her in the chair.
Yes. And by the way, you're going to have to give a baby update, Daisy, as well. Yeah. But Charlie actually, in private group chat form, where it's, like people don't believe, he was actually really happy about it. He was like, this is good. He wanted young people to look at her and see the example of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, disagreements aside, and said, I hope that they will follow in her footsteps, but just earlier. Don't wait till you're like 34, 35. How old is she now? 35?
36, I think. 36? But
so just, maybe change the 3 to a 2 and do it then.
35 turning 36 this year.
Yeah.
But 25. I will say,
okay, Swiftie.
Hi everyone.
How's the baby?
Great.
Sorry,
are you naming your baby Taylor Swift?
No. Blake actually thinks I should name my baby first name Turning, middle name Point, but I don't think
work.
That's gonna
Last name Baby.
Either.
This could be an option.
How about Charlie
Point Baby?
But okay, I will say, because we've had this conversation with Charlie before, where he's like, I just wish that I'm glad she's settling down. I wish she would have done it sooner. And Emma and I have told him every time. All of her last albums, if you listen to them, she was in a relationship for like 6 years. And every song, she's like, I want to get married. I want to have children. This person her last album was like, he blindsided me. He did not want these things that he said he wanted. So then I think that happens to a lot of women where then they end up 32, 33, 34.
Yes,
this
is
found
fair.
Someone.
Men, do not waste women's time. My admonition to you men in the audience, get in and get out if you know you don't want to keep going. Do not linger on. Do not waste her time. That goes both ways, by the way. But I have seen that particular dynamic play out so many times.
I mean, even I remember we talked about this, you, me, and Charlie, when her last album came out, and that was right after the breakup. And she said, "I'm mad, essentially, that you let me give you all that youth for free, like just feeding me all these lies to keep giving that to you." So now I'm really happy for her. Charlie was happy for her.
That's also on the woman, though, because I'm telling you, if a man wants to marry you, what do you think the okay? Question for the audience. I'd love freedom@charliekirk.com. Tell me what you think. If you are a woman or a man who wants to get married to your boyfriend or girlfriend, at what point do you say, if you're not going to commit to me, I'm done. I'm moving on. I love you and I want this to work, but if you're not going to commit to me, I gotta cut this off. Yeah. At what point do you? Because wasn't she with him for like 4 years?
Yeah.
So that's way too long.
Time.
Yeah. That's way too long.
A long time.
So that's on her.
I went on my first date. Also, if the caller's talking, I can't hear, so someone needs
I'll
to stop.
translate for you, don't worry.
I went on my first date with my husband when I was 19.
Yeah.
And essentially on our first date, I was like, either we are going to be exclusive and be in a relationship, or I'm not interested in dating you or really being your friend. And then he was like, oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna be together now, and so it works when girls do that.
You made your intentions known. And the other thing too
he instantly called those 4 other girls and told them he had. No, I'm just kidding.
Luke, if you're listening.
Yeah. The other thing too is, a lot of young Christian people save themselves for marriage, and so when you're dating and when you're engaged,
common weapon that has worked historically.
And Elizabeth and I, our case, we wanted to get it done. We wanted to get married quick.
That does tend to incentivize getting married. So it's to your point. It's a very advanced form of societal tech.
Yeah,
monogamy.
And that was the last conversation we had with Charlie. Why is monogamy good, and why is traditional European Christian monogamy great?
This is crazy.
It's like.
Actually.
It's actually insane when you look at how much better it is than alternatives. And you look at societies that don't have it, and like the men and women hate each other. You look at our society where men and women have way more conflict than they did in the past. The Christian view of marriage is actually so great for curbing the worst impulses of both men and women and making them work together as partners. You don't have men stringing along women. You don't have them victimizing women or preying on them. Women, you don't have them like constantly trying to upgrade to a higher status guy, doing polygamy, all of that.
No, you're right. And here is 156. This was Charlie talking about T Swift getting married. 156.
This is something that I hope will make Taylor Swift more conservative. Engage in reality more and get outside of the abstract clouds. Reject feminism. Submit to your husband, Taylor. You're not in charge. And most importantly, I can't wait to go to a Taylor Kelsey concert. I can't say it without laughing. You got to change your name. If not, you don't really mean it. Congratulations, Taylor.
He meant that. All right, Daisy.
Yes. Okay, I just want to say back to our caller, Kelsey, your question. Emma Kate was texting me about the album last night, and she was like, I wish that Charlie, we could tell him about this song because I have the lyrics pulled up here, but she's like, everyone wants to go on spring break. They want dogs that they can call their kids. They want a yacht. They want an Oscar. And she literally says, I just want you, a bunch of kids, dreaming about the driveway with a basketball hoop, settle down.
Wow.
Got a wish list. I just want you.
Ooh.
And
Charlie, prophetic.
we were proven.
Charlie's prophetic.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.